It's the Pod in the City weekly roundup. I'm John.
And I'm Amanda. Scheana Shay is having a good as gold year, what with the shout out from Lady Gaga and her recent appearance at Jonas Con. But if you ask Scheana, every year has already been all about her.
This week's episode of the White Lotus taught us all a very valuable lesson. In times of need, it's okay to lend a bro a helping hand.
And Paedon Brown sends a very unhinged and problematic birthday cameo to an unsuspecting but very beautiful podcaster, leaving the Sister Wives community reeling, yet not really that surprised.
Shocker. All that and so much more on this week's episode of the Pod in the City weekly roundup!
Oh. Wow, a lot of people here today. Everyone tuned in.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Shannon. Hey, Florida Stanley. Hey, Bree, Sarah, and Mandisha. Hey, kids. We're so happy that you here. Oh my goodness, I gotta get my brain on. I've had the craziest, wildest. Hey, Jean. Hey, Boots. Baby.
Everyone's there.
Hey, Molly. Molly,
all of you guys that are showing up here in the comments, we need you all to go down in the show notes right now, leave us a voicemail or an anonymous message. It can be anonymous and we'll just read it. Let us know.
You could send us a message through here, or you could email us, or you can write a comment in the bottom. We're recording our mailbag episode this Friday a little early because I'm going to Vegas, bitch. Woo! And so we need some messages because we have one. We need at least two more. I know someone here can leave. You can anonymous, y'all. Anonymous. Now, I do want to get kind of like started. I know, like, do we want to play the hot topics thing or like let's?
Well, yeah, we'll do hot. But let's just talk. I'm gonna shout out a couple things we're gonna talk about just to stimulate everyone. We're gonna talk about White Lotus, obviously. We're obviously gonna talk about the cameo that Paedon Brown sent to a gorgeous podcaster out there somewhere, and it was no one vetted it beforehand because it came in live, and boy,
probably should have vetted it.
And we're going to be talking about Love Hotel, Garcelle leaving Housewives, Last 5 years, Death Becomes Her, Pedro Pascal, VPR, and a whole bunch of other shit.
You know what, Amanda? I'm loving this. I'm loving giving a little preview.
Jody does this on ours, so I'm just copying her.
Oh, well, that's smart, though. That's smart. Good job, Jody. Hope you're watching.
All right. Well, what did you want to talk about? Did you want to do housekeeping or you want to get right into White Lotus?
See, I was thinking about mixing up the order here, but just play the hot topics. Do it.
Okay. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
There it is.
Get it while it's hot.
Topics. Hey, Jen. Happy Wednesday. Number one top story, guys, is I hope y'all are up on White Lotus, babe, because last week the brothers kissed, and oh boy, this week,
Oh my God, so like when we were talking about it on Monday, me and Jody had only watched half of it, and then you were in the chat, and we're like, oh, we think this is so boring, and then you were like, no, like it's not, like what are you talking about? And then like it showed the third flashback.
Mm-hmm.
I was shook.
Were you like
they really showed a lot. Now I will say in our comments after the Paedon thing happened, most were about Paedon, but then someone came in and was like, interesting how you're pissed off about Paedon, but you're getting horny over the brothers kissing on White Lotus. Gross. And I'm like, well, that's fake, baby.
Also,
brothers.
Also, I think it's a lot to assume and say that we're getting horny over it. I would say that, well, I'm going to say I'm not sitting over here thinking, let me, get to it thinking about this. No. But when a storyline develops the way it is, you need some payoff. You're like, oh, yay, thank God something happened with this, or else it's all teasing. Anyway, what happened was, yes, we found out that a helping hand was given during a situation. Now, some people are upset because they do think that, I don't know what, I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play the police on this situation because people are also like, well, he took advantage of his brother and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I don't I'm not going to play police in that. What I'm going to say is that I think, again, I'm going to go back to that. We are so deep in puritanical culture that we need to chill out and get over it. I mean, like, I can almost guarantee if this was a brother and sister, no one would care.
Yeah, Natasha Rothwell.
I think there's a gay part. There's homophobia to this.
Oh, there definitely. Natasha Rothwell was on Las Culturistas.
Oops, sorry.
Las Culturistas today, and all of their I don't think so honeys was about White Lotus, but like Matt Rogers was like, where were all of you when Game of Thrones was happening? Because everyone was fine with that.
Exactly.
So, yeah. And then
speaking of the White Lotus and puritanical culture and sex positivity, this week on Patreon, it's Pillow Talk, baby. And we really go on a deep dive on what happened on White Lotus. And you need to listen because big things happen. I tell a riveting story about a lotto scratcher ticket.
Oh, yeah, it's a nail biter.
You guys, Amanda creamed herself at the end of my story. So check it out, please. Patreon.com/pod and the city. Sign up. Wicked Witch of the West. Hey, baby. Also, Patreon. Oh, check out our regular episode. It is when they go to. It's the first of the 2 LA episodes of Sex in the City, and baby, it's good. It's good.
It's really good. This is such a good chunk of episodes.
So check that out too. Also, if you're watching us right now on YouTube, hit subscribe, hit like, hey Beaker Face, and leave us a comment. We are, like we said, we are going to say it about 5 more times before here. Could you write a question? It could literally be the most innocuous. It could be, what's your favorite color? I don't care. We need some things to fill out our episode this Friday. So please write some questions in the comments. And if you feel brave, leave us a voicemail, babes. The link's down there. Other big news. Good God.
Huge news for Scheana only, but she's having a good week.
I guess the Jonas Brothers every year do these things called Jonas Con. The Jonas Brothers have a rabid fan base. They really do, who are very committed, which is great, wonderful. I'm not judging at all. Trust me, I would fuck each of the Jonas Brothers at the same time, at different times, whatever. I'm fine. So I actually went to a Jonas Brothers concert one time. Anyway, they do this Jonas Con, and I guess they decided, because famously, Scheana was in one of their first music videos, Scheana Shay from formerly of Vanderpump Rules.
See, I still think in this old picture, I still think they're all hot. Okay, let me just say that. Nick is like the one that I would feel is the most dorky looking. Like the other two
in the original picture,
better looking. Yeah, and like the older picture.
Oh, I would disagree. I would think Nick looks more attractive probably in this bottom photo, and then in the top photo, I'm more into Joe, who's in the middle here.
Yeah, the older one is my jam.
Kevin,
I guess. Held a gun to my head. I never gotta come up with her name.
Comments right now. Amanda's a Kevin girly. Amanda is a Kevin girly. Hey, stitching bitch. Hey, girl. Or boy. Or they, them. Or...
Beaker Face says, can somebody tell a racist, sexist joke?
I would. No, I'm not going to even say that because it'll get chopped out.
Can, though. Oh, you know what? Jody just got a survey from Cameo asking if she liked her cameos. Anyway, we'll talk about that.
It was probably worth the $10. That's
$10. That's the funniest part of the whole thing. All right, but anyway, she went to Jonas Con, of course.
They had her appear. They even gave her own background, which I was quite impressed. But I would like us to take a bigger focus on this photo. Jonas Con took place at a mall, which fine. I'm fine. Cute. I think that's cute. They decided they were going to set up the stage on the end of a wave pool. So the people watching either are in swimsuits or there are videos of this from people wearing full clothing and shoes standing like 3 feet deep in this wave pool to watch it. I feel like the Jonases could do better. Hey, thanks, Jen. Oh my God. You know what?
What?
It was Amanda's birthday this week.
Yeah, well, that's kind of very late. It was my birthday on Sunday. That's what the Cameo is for. Thank you so much, Jen. She's giving me a super sticker, $4.99. I'm gonna take that out of our payout.
Baby. Okay.
But okay, yeah, nothing I like better than being in a bathing suit, 1, out in public, 2, daylight, even better. Water.
Standing.
Communal water.
When you know what I like is when I'm at a pool and I stand in a foot deep of water in a swimsuit with my rest of my body fully exposed. Honey, when I get into a pool, I'm in. Head under, body under.
Yeah, fully
water
floating.
to here.
I am absolutely wearing the Delta Work stand-up comedy t-shirt with like the painted on bikini when I'm doing that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Lots of comments here.
Diabetic Boot says. Mandetta
is.
says, are we going to cover that Paedon has some kind of podcast account now? Whew.
He does?
Oh, good. He can spew his hatred and vitriol.
Wait, did he just start it?
I don't know. Let us know.
Did he call it is he calling it like the Dirty Joke Podcast or something like that?
I don't think he's funny enough to like even reference it. So yeah. Great. All right.
Well, another thing, this is for probably the gays and the girls and the theys and thems and that's who watches us, I guess.
Audience, yep.
Miley. Whoa.
Someone's got mad.
Miley. Hey Danielle. You're never too late, babe.
Miley Cyrus
gives you a chance to go back and do the rewatch like everyone should do. Rewatch this 5 times, please. Miley Cyrus, who over the years has blossomed into I Love. She is coming out with a new album. And what I thought was pretty cool, it's called Something Beautiful. What I thought was pretty cool about this is what they're marketing at it more as is this one-of-a-kind pop opera.
All right.
I guess the album comes out in, I think, May. Great source of news here. Comes out, I think, in May, and then they said this Something Beautiful rock or pop opera comes out in June. I'll watch it because it looked pretty cool. There was some really cool visuals from it, and I'm down. I'm really down.
I like Miley. I actually, I found her annoying at first, but I'm at the age where I'm just a little too old to have grown up with her. So
Agreed.
Like annoying to me. But I actually really do respect her a lot as a cultural icon. I like that she was like out or at least sexually fluid before when a lot of people weren't. And she does have a really good voice.
She does. I really like what she's.
Her dad is like awful.
Oh, he needs to
really rough. He's like not great.
Say goodbye. Which I'm sure he will soon. Anyway, hi Holly.
Hi Holly O'Brien. She's gonna pop off to see a patient now, but love you, Bill. We'll come back.
What are you, a doctor? Dr. Holly! We have a doctor watching.
Billy Ray gave her a cool shout out in People or something. The comments didn't go his way.
He's like, hey, Miley, could you give me a call? I know we haven't talked for 6 years, but...
Also, Miley made smoking pot, and Molly, she brought it back. She made it cool again.
I don't know about smoking Molly. I don't know about if doing Molly is such a
Molly. Have
me neither. No,
I wouldn't now.
There was a situation where one guy, I think it was a guy, took one ecstasy pill when we were 20 and died, and then since then I've been like, I'm not taking any shit. I've never done
one
ecstasy.
Story they went around to every high school, but it worked on me. It was a girl when it was told to us.
My mom was the one who was so worked up about it and being like, people die from taking one pill, John. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just snort Coke a few times. Anyway.
Wicked Witch of the West says, the amount of times I've rewatched Sex and the City this year along with your episode recaps is down. You're psychotic. Wow, but it has been such an entertaining coping mechanism during these flaming turd times. I agree. And thank you. Hey, I'm glad people are watching it.
I love you. Wicked Witch of the West. I already loved you, but.
Really funny. Well, this isn't really funny, but I remember at that assembly where the motivational speaker was telling us about drugs, he was so cool and very Dane Cook, and everyone was like, yeah, but then someone in the, couple kids in the crowd were fucking around and he had to reprimand them, and then the whole mood was over. He lost everyone. He was he tried to get back into it and we were like, no, we turned on you.
I got completely distracted by this comment. Jen says, you take Molly once and the next thing you know, your brother is jerking you off.
Well, we don't, but the younger brother may have not even taken his, is what people are saying. There's a whole bunch of theories.
I think he didn't because Yes, actually listen to our Patreon, because we talk about it for like 15 minutes about the theories here of, I don't think he took it, because he looks over at his brother. He looks once to see how anyway, please.
Oh yeah, he seemed pretty sober. But then some of the thoughts were that no, I think I was listening to Ronnie and Ben on Watch What Crappens, and they did a White Lotus episode, and they were saying that maybe the brother, that Saxton, right? Is he the older
Saxon.
one?
Yeah, the older one is Saxon.
He kills the younger brother because he can't live with.
That was my first thought, because of the way he was acting in this episode. See, I'm feeling like there's more to the flashback. That's all I'm saying. I believe that there is a final piece to that red light flashback, or this. There is a final piece to this that we are going to.
Schwarzenegger is actually, he was really great in that scene with the two girls by the thing, where they were like, wow, like I would never do that to my brother. And he was like fully freaking out. I was like, that was pretty good. Good for him. Beaker Face says, I just listened to Running with Scissors because it's one of the episodes I remember vividly, and your recap was hilarious. Great episode. Yes.
Thanks, Beaker.
My favorite episode of the show.
You guys just keep pouring lovely things onto us. Also, if you have questions for us, you could write them in the comments. You could write it right now. You could say, hey, John and Amanda, what's your blah, blah, blah. If you want to eat food, and literally.
There wasn't a lot of news this week, so this is fine. We'll just kind of banter. What's next? This JoJo thing? JoJo
so I guess JoJo is our friend JoJo. She is doing her concert, and you can buy a $900 VIP ticket where guests can help the crew set up the stage and show. So I guess you get a VIP ticket, and it's like putting the stage together.
Yeah.
I think OSHA doesn't like that, right?
It's like we spent most of our entire college careers doing everything we could to get out of
avoiding
strike.
My favorite is walking around with a drill. Yeah, I really like walking around with a drill, and then every once in a while, like buzzing it, because then they think you're doing something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we know what we're doing. Or we just all run out into the parking lot, hotbox a car, and then the music director has to come out and knock.
And like stand in front of us like
no, she was like, guys.
Here's the problem. I don't even want to say it because I'm going to sound like an egotistical douchebag. But great. If you guys want to spend $900, check out JoJo's VIP tick. I'm not going to be doing that, but
and you can help her set up for her concert, which I'm sure is great. I'm sure she sounds great, especially after like a bunch of touring. I bet her voice is really healthy, right? I feel like she takes really good care of her voice during the tour. It's already pretty.
I have to be honest. I bet you on tour her voice is the healthiest it's ever been, because I'm pretty sure she lip syncs everything.
Oh,
I do not think JoJo's out there full on belting. Karma's a bitch. She's like too busy doing.
You know, when I would do shows and somebody would like, we'd finally get our dressing room assignments, and someone would bring out a steamer to leave at their thing. I'm always like, all right, we're not going to be
put
friends.
Some drops of like shit in it. God,
vodka, live a little.
I will say, I think that I'm going to go on a weird theater tangent. Shocker. Times have really changed as far as the way that people are with their instrument. Okay. Because I see TikToks of people being like these are people like a kid in a freaking community theater show. I'm not dogging that out, but they'll be like, this is my routine to keep my voice healthy. And they have this, that, the other. And it's like, when I did shows, I would smoke weed the moment before I'd walk on stage. And I'd eat and drink whatever I wanted. I'd do whatever. I would literally
clear my throat a couple times and then run on
stage. I'd take a nap and then wake up and sing a song I'd take a nap in the dressing room and then wake up. So, you know, times have changed. Maybe
it's probably better.
I was just a mess.
Yeah, obviously. You heard a story about hotboxing car during strike. All right, what's next? Garcelle. Also not like, this is not huge news to me, but I
think
guess
this is kind of big news. It's not really big news necessarily. So Real Housewives of Beverly Hills filmed their reunion, okay? And Garcelle announced this week that she is leaving Beverly Hills. after this season, or she's done. She's not coming back. I found out a little bit more tea about this, and I guess that Garcelle quit during the reunion. Okay. And the reason they're saying that she quit was because Bose, who is the new housewife, said something in it to Dorit, who she's been like dick riding the whole season. Whatever. I like Bose, but I kind of think you shouldn't hitch your wagon to Dorit.
Bose has been dick riding Dorit?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I would steer clear of Dorit.
I would steer clear. Like, Dorit to me is one of the fakest people on this show.
I don't know who I would pair up with. I would obviously pair up with Garcelle because
I would want to pair up with Garcelle.
Sutton,
she's probably
maybe?
the only one, honestly.
I like Sutton.
Sutton is awful.
Oh,
she is
really?
god awful. Yeah, and this season
okay.
they've really been exposing her for the way that she treats each of the women, and how like when they are in their worst, darkest moment, Sutton will like be like, yeah, well, your husband is a fucking blah blah blah, you know, whatever.
Okay.
So here's what happened. I guess Bose said allegedly, we'll see if this actually comes to fruition in the actual reunion. Bose says something about saying to Dorit, you need to sue Garcelle for slander or defamation or whatever, because Garcelle alluded to that when Dorit was robbed, Dorit and PK were robbed a couple years ago.
Allegedly.
That it was fake. Garcelle said that on the show. And so
everyone says that though.
That's what my feeling is like, okay, so what's Dorit gonna sue the entire country?
I think that it was real because Dorit seems pretty spooked about it, but I think he set it up.
I don't think it was real. I think Dorit didn't know about it. That's it.
That's what I mean. I think the husband set it up.
I think it was not real because they would not leave your phone flashing there. They wouldn't just do what they did. I'm just saying. And we realize now from watching the assaults on Tesla dealerships that like people will just go out and light their own car on fire to use it for insurance claims. I'm sorry. I'm just going to get into conspiracy theories.
I never thought of that.
There is no way that people are really going and burning down Tesla dealerships. No one cares enough. Just saying. All right. Real Housewives of Atlanta I'm going to say it. They have done a cast refresh and I like it. I like the refresh. I think it has helped. It is giving us vitality. One weird thing that's happening is Kenya Moore. A couple of months ago, it came out that Kenya Moore got fired during the filming of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was fired because at one of her events she was hosting, and I think it comes out in this next week's episode, she's hosting an event and she puts up, I guess, a photo of one of these women, one of the new women, like either giving a blowjob to someone or like basically like a revenge porn type photograph, and she has it blasted on the like a screen at her party for like everyone to see, so she gets fired. Now Atlanta has decided that they're going to sherry pie the situation where like they don't give Kenya any confessionals, and they don't give they've cut Kenya's screen time down like a ton, where I kind of feel like if ultimately one of the big storylines this season is that it is a crime, and I'm pretty sure that's why she got immediately axed.
That's why Rupaul from Vanderpump Rules is trying to sue Ariana for. But this is actually worse. This is much worse.
This is a lot, in my opinion, seems a lot worse. Like it'd be like someone taking one of your shots of you and like blasting it on the walls at a party.
Oh my God. I was like searching through, like when I have to post pictures for like my pet sitting, it won't let you delete pictures once you pick them. And like, as I'm scrolling through, I'm like, there's my vagina, there's my boobs, like just like over. I'm like, what if I posted that? What would I fucking like? How would I handle that?
I am constantly sending photos like to my mom and stuff. And I'm like, it'll be a picture of like a business photo, and then it's like next to it is like a guy's dick, and I'm like, okay. Speaking of guys, I know this is super professional. Real estate has been popping off in Arizona, and guess what? You have a realtor right in front of you. I have been working my fucking balls off. Please check out John Mohm Homes if you're interested in buying or selling. Rebecca, I am so glad you're here. I'm waiting every week to see when you get here because I love you.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you're here, babe.
Yeah.
Here.
I like this is a nice chill episode. It's raining outside today.
I'm feeling the opposite of chill. I'm feeling like Paedon right now. I feel just like really manic. I'm like, yeah.
You're feeling racist and like you hate women. My favorite part is when he mansplained what comedy is to me and Jody.
What I really liked is when you are talking to two women who have paid you. They have paid you
$10.
Still, they've paid you, and you're gonna say, "I can't tell a joke unless it's sexist." To two women? Like, what? Speaking of, okay, Love Hotel is coming, guys. This is the show I teased a little while ago. It has Giselle and Ashley from Real Housewives of Potomac. It has Shannon Bedore from OC, and it has Luann, the Countess Luann, darling, who I know is gonna fucking have the amount of dick that Luann's gonna take on this show is astronomical.
Every time I see a picture or a video of her, I'm like, she has the best body in the world.
Tight, dude.
Like better than Jennifer Aniston, who we're going to talk about later. But like, she's the best body I've ever seen. Countess
Luann has aged so well.
Yeah, crazy good. Sorrel, hello, says, "Oh my god, I'm with one live and it goes viral." I know we could not have planned that if we tried.
So they ended up coming out with a teaser of this, and it got me really excited. So what they've done is they've basically retrofitted a resort in Mexico. I'm assuming that's what this looks like to me. As someone who's been to a resort in Mexico, this looks like a resort in Mexico. And they have like the girls, meeting all these group of men.
In that picture, that does.
It's Giselle.
It does.
It's Giselle. I see what you're saying. Anyway, I'm really excited for this because they have like a ton of clips in the teaser of like the women like taking these men to bed and like Ashley like lap dancing on a guy. Like this is the dating show I want.
It looks like Vanessa Williams. She does look like Vanessa.
You're right. You're so right.
Marion is here. Marion.
Hey,
Marion.
Madam Libra. Marion.
Marion.
Do you know My White Knight, Marion?
Yes. It's the worst song in the show. Marion is also the name of Jennifer. Well, doesn't matter. The girl in Requiem for a Dream, which is my #1 favorite movie of all time. The girl's name is Marion. Anyway, I had something to say. Oh, Mandisha put a question up there, so I started, Joan. But don't read it yet. It's for us for Friday.
Ooh, yay. Thanks, Mandisha.
Yeah. All right. What's next? Oh, that was my question. Is it going to be like Crappy Lake? Because I genuinely loved Crappy Lake so much. I cried.
Well, I do think there will be funny moments, but I genuinely think like it's a dating show. Like I think the idea is like there's 20 men or whatever, and each time each of the women go on a date or something, which I'm not usually into dating shows because I don't have any real like commitment or caring to the people in it. But this time I want to see Shannon Bedore find a man. Come on. I want to see Giselle find a man. I want to see Luann find a man. These are women who we've followed for, I don't know, decades at this point.
People can be happy without a man, Joan.
I'm going to tell you, Shannon Bedore does not seem to be like happy without a man. I'm happy. Okay. I'm okay without a man, but Shannon Bedore, I think mama wants a man. So you know what? Good for you, Shannon. Good for you.
Can I wait? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I figured we're only like 30 minutes. I want to tell a story where last night I had a moment where I was like, oh, like swoony. And then I immediately was like, this is how low standards are for men. I got in bed with the guy I was seeing, and there was a wet spot, not a good wet spot. I was like, is this pee? Is it wet? And so like a dog.
Whose bed?
My bed.
Your bed. Oh, okay.
The dog had peed in it. So I was like, oh, okay. Bella must have peed. So we like got out of bed, and he immediately started helping me undo the bed and then help me put it back on. And I was like, so impressed. And then all night I was like, I was genuinely like, that was I was shocked. That is, but genuinely, that is how low the standards are. Because anyone else I would have dated would have been like, oh, this is fucking bullshit, and like really harumphy about it. And all this guy did was just help put a sheet back on, and I was like, I'm in.
Okay, well, I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
it reminds me of that recent thing on TikTok with like that. I've seen 50 million videos of this where it's parents with their kid and they give the kid 2 cookies and then one parent gets 1 cookie and the other parent gets 0. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, that's sweet. But then I'm also like, you are looking at your kids with the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like, wow, your kids shared. Like back in our day, like you just were expected. I don't know. I think everything has turned into such like it needs to be on camera. It needs to be like visual optics and like just. Like,
also, I see somewhere like the kid is like looking like, okay, the fuck, and then the mom has to really ham it up. The mom has to be like, oh no, I don't have a cookie, and then the kid's like, here, damn. So all right.
Some of them seem. And they're trying so hard for their kid to give them the cookie. And it's like, I have an idea. Teach your kid to be a better person. People don't want to teach their children anymore. And this is a former teacher.
Coming from 2 childless singles.
Okay, but I was a teacher for 13 years. So, and I saw the degradation of parenting.
Oh,
guys.
100%.
Like, you know what? Throwing an iPad in front of your kid, you know what? Crazy. It's not going to have good effects on them. Wait, what?
All right, talk about Drag Race. 31:41.
Guys, Drag Race is almost done. I believe.
I bet it's not, though. I bet it's not.
Watch them drag it out for like 5 more episodes. Oh yeah, Beaker Face. I was a teacher before. I was doing that till 2021, 2022.
You were like, fuck this.
And then I had a mental breakdown and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Drag Race. RuPaul's Drag Race. It's almost over, I think. I thought Ru looked kind of good this week.
Oh, I love the wig.
I do too. I kind of wish the makeup was slightly different to accent the wig, maybe, because it is giving me like jack-o'-lantern geesh. Now, I'm going to go off here. Do you want to see me go off? That
Sarah Sweet said, "I wish I had Joan as a teacher."
Thanks, Sarah.
Like,
my number one thing
are like VIP people, by the way.
I know, like everyone here is like our babies.
Yeah.
You're all babies.
Right,
yeah. As a teacher, the most important thing to me was always the students. So I have a soft spot in my heart for children, even though I don't have any, and I know Amanda hates them. She has worn this wig before. What I found out about Ru is that she has like 6 or 7 wigs that they just use all the time. Julie, thank you for understanding the reference there. Thank you.
Marie says, no, babe, you're pretty. So it was a mentee bee.
Oh, okay, babe. You're right.
So Ru has worn this wig before. He says, I've not watched much Drag Race, but I recently got sucked into Trixie and Katya's review. Yeah, Trixie and Katya are truly just like everything. I've never related to a queen more than Katya.
I was definitely like anti-Trixie for a minute because in my opinion, I'm like, how is she the most successful of all the Drag Race queens? But
winning All Stars 3 didn't help.
It did help. I think it hurt.
That's when everyone kind of turned for a bit. But then
well, on those, I was going to say those Trixie and Katya recaps, I will watch. I wouldn't even watch the shows they're talking about, but I watch every single one of those. They're so good.
I really want to know on Amelia Perez. Sorrel said John's teacher stories were the best on Amanda Loves to Hate.
Oh, yeah.
So wild to me. People, there are still a whole bunch of people on Patreon who just pay $3 a month for all of the backlog of Amanda Loves to Hate.
Well, what are there, 700 episodes or something?
Something like that. And Joan's on a whole bunch of them. And we get really gritty. Because back then, like, it was non-paid and no one was really listening. So we were just going off. And
that also was just, I was not doing podcasting. I would like pop in and be like, hi, Amanda asked me to be here. Hi, it was not.
Like first people said we were doing Being Matt, as in Matt Bayer, and Joan's opening statement was, Matt looks like his dick smells, which is not wrong.
I stand by it.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to Drag Race.
Yeah, what happened on Drag Race?
Guys, I hated this challenge. They did the CUNT monologues. Okay, so like a play obviously off of the vagina monologues, which I gotta be honest, that is not a recent reference. I know it, but like I'm sure the 18-year-olds and 15-year-olds watching Drag Race have no idea what the vagina monologues are, but maybe they'll get educated. What they decided to do is they paired the teams up. So like they paired Lexi and Anya.
That first picture, Lexi. Oh, thank you, Rebecca, for the super sticker.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Money today, Joan.
Baby.
This picture reminds me of, oh my God. This will be Dita
Ritz.
Yeah, it just gives that, because Dita Ritz also has very broad shoulders like that, and she was wearing a little wig like that,
and like crunchy looking.
A little crunchy, yeah.
Sorry,
but
Dita.
Still best lip sync on Drag Race history.
I met Dita Ritz.
I did too.
I met her when I was in Chicago for my dad's wedding to his
child bride.
Thank you. You said it, I didn't. All right. So they did this thing, and what I didn't like is like they did monologues, which I actually liked that part, but then they had the other person in your team do like an interpretive dance along to the monologue.
God, fuck that.
And like it was like a lot of this. Like it was like, whoa, like, and I mean, you've taken dance classes before, haven't you? You had to, right?
Yes, I take 100. Yes,
like lyrical dance, jazz dance, and shit, and all this.
I was in like a dance troupe in Calgary. A singing indie. I was obviously hired for this.
Okay, got it. I was gonna say, wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Anyway, it was fine. I'm ready for the season to wrap up. They did an ugliest dress category, which was like a callback to season 7, and all of them were not ugly. I've also been getting back into watching the what is it called? Fashion photo review with Raja and Raven. And God, they booted every single outfit because none of them were like ugly. One was ugly.
I bet I would love Raja now if I went back and watched season 3. Like I bet I'm exactly like her, honestly.
Now you probably wouldn't because they were mean girls in that season. But Shangela deserved it. Oh my God. And with everything that's come out about Shangela, I think she really did deserve it.
I'm actually fine with it. I like that.
She's on the list of canceled queens with Sharon Needles, Tyra Sanchez, Sherry
There's a
Pie,
moment in Sherry Pie. There's a moment in season 3 that like me and Nick always reference where Delta, and she's wearing that t-shirt. It's when she gets voted off. When it was like this comedy challenge.
Yes. And when they did MacArthur Park.
Yeah,
she's wearing
such a good lip sync though. So good.
I watched that a week ago. I was like,
God, amazing.
Yes.
But no.
Amanda, breaking choose. Your cameo made it to
Katie Joy without a crystal ball. She's the worst.
She
interviewed Matt Bayer as like genuine journalism.
And she was like, I think that you are, what Amber did to you was
they were like friends. He came on a few times. Anyway.
You think she knows what his dirty dick smells like?
Ugh, Katie sucks, and I'm annoyed by it. Anyway, I'll look that up later, or maybe send it to me, Boots. But
it's time. Oh,
Delta is on stage, and Michelle Visage is like ripping into her, and she's like, Delta, what happened, Delta? And there's this shot of Delta just looking like the lowest she's ever been, and I we just hated Michelle so much because she looks. It's just that look of just, this is it. This is the lowest point of my life. I've never felt worse about myself.
She also has that untucked moment where she's like,
look at me, pick me.
And I'm like, girl.
We've all been there though. We've been there.
I would hope that when I am on a reality show and I'm about to get kicked off that I could just shut the hell up. But you never know. I'll probably spiral out. Okay, guys, it's time for the Broadway beat. Last 5 years, clips have come out of this shit show, and oh no, cancel it, hate it. Thoughts, Amanda?
Really? I thought you actually said every time I send you a clip, you always say, "Oh, I don't hate it." So you're.
I do have an unfortunately controversial opinion here. I don't think Nick Jonas was I think his acting isn't very good because he's not connecting at all to what he's saying. He's just like, here's his blocking. They gave him glasses so that he looks Jewish, and his blocking is this.
I didn't put that together in my head that that's obviously why he's in glasses.
I think the actual thing was so that he had something to do with his hands.
Oh, yeah. You got to have a prop.
Because half of the song, he has his glasses off, like he's taking them. He's like, let me see. I've been wandering through the desert. I've been beaten. I've been hit. I'm like,
he's looking at a smudge the whole time. He's trying to get that smudge.
I don't think the acting's good, but I think the voice is fine. I want to not dog her out because I did hear her. I'm still hurting. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Sounds great. I still just feel their voices. I just don't think they should.
That's maybe the weakest song in the show. That they're the song they sing together. I don't love that song.
I don't either.
So like, and when it's singing, I'm sure it's great. And I was listening to her, and her voice is very big and broad. But I was listening as she was doing one of the Patter songs, and you could understand every word. And I was like, well, that's all I really need. As long as I can understand what Kathy's saying, it's fine. She's great.
I think she's fantastic. I think this was miscast on all ends, though, if I'm really being real. And there you go. I think she should play Kathy, but with someone else, and he could play Jamie with someone else. Both should be with other people.
There's a song that Jamie sings called the Shmuel song, which is 11 minutes long. Like I can't even imagine what how that is.
What do they call those? Like a story song? It's like Shmuel would work till 10:30. It is taking the shopping. I bet you it's terrible when he does it.
No, maybe we'll find it. There's a whole bunch of videos coming out. So it's including, by the way, the one that Nick came on our podcast. He did Smash with us last week, and he was like, everyone should see Death Becomes Her. Everyone should see it. So maybe let's move into Death Becomes Her, shall we?
I keep seeing clips of Death Becomes Her coming out, and it looks fabulous.
My God, it looks so good and so campy, and it's made for millennials, probably by millennials. Who are the writers? Are they anyone that we
remember?
Okay, but it's not like one of the regulars.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, it looks great. And the way they're doing all of the stunts, I love the choice. Like, should we even say?
Here's what happened. So, you guys, if you
the stairs,
if you know the movie Death Becomes Her, the point of the movie is that we have Madeline Ashton, who in this is played by Ivy Lynn. Her real name, Megan Hilty. And her thing is she's like this actress, this performer, this everything. And she meets this man who she wants, but he's already married to a woman. And they both end up going to this person to give them like this potion to make them like they'll never die, basically. And then what ends up happening is they get into all these precarious situations where like one gets pushed down the stairs and you're like, how are they?
One gets shot with a cannon through the stomach.
Yes, and that's like the like photos that you always see is you see Susan Sarandon and Meryl Streep normally, and Susan Sarandon has like
Sarandon. It's Goldie Hawn, in fact.
Oh yeah, Goldie Hawn. Sorry. They look somewhat similar to me.
Yeah,
probably the red hair too. Goldie Hawn, she has the hole in her stomach, and then Meryl Streep has the turned around head. In this, you're wondering like, how are they going to do this stuff? Like, how are they going to do it? Because in the movie, obviously, you can just make it look like a person fell down the stairs. But in this, they do a really cool, like, choreographed whole thing where that's why I love theater. And that's,
fun. And they, I'll say it here. So I guess skip ahead 30 seconds. But like, they have obvious male doubles doing the stunts. So it's like funny. But the way they fall down the stairs is just a slow, like, flip upside down, and as the lights are kind of flashing. So it's just this very elevated, funny slow fall down the stairs. And like, it's like a pause every time.
One of the first parts is they have her clipped. They're like clipped in.
Yeah.
And they're leaning, like it looks like they're like teetering on the edge. And then they obviously unclip themselves. And then they end up falling. And their first thing is like, their legs go over their head and they're like holding their arms on the railing to make it look. It's like this whole thing. And then they end up falling behind. They go behind the couch and then Megan Hilty appears. I mean, you know what it is.
It's so fun. Like, that's a great choice to just be like, here it is. We're going full camp.
I'm curious. I'm really curious to see the last part, because in the movie, the very last part of the movie, the women are, spoiler alert for Death Becomes Her the movie, I guess. Guys, watch it. Mandisha says it's on Peacock, so fucking
I didn't know that, Mandisha. I'm gonna watch that this weekend.
The very last part is the women like kind of fight at the top of a staircase, and then they fall and their bodies fall apart into like pieces. Like there's just pieces of their bodies strewn everywhere.
Yeah, they do that.
I want to know how they do that on Broadway so bad. Like, do they have like dolls that they throw down and have the pieces fall apart, or like?
Well, if anyone out there knows a slime tutorial, this is maybe the wrong crowd that would actually have it. But for anyone who doesn't know, if you want to see a Broadway bootleg, go to YouTube and type in whatever show that is with the word slime tutorial afterward, and there'll be millions.
I love this because they're so. I can tell that you you guys in here who are so sweet. You just kind of are appeasing Amanda and I during the Broadway section. You're like, okay, we know they like it, so I guess we'll let our kids enjoy themselves, is what you're saying. You're like, oh, they love that. Go ahead. Let them talk about the Broadway.
All right, let's go to Pedro Pascal.
Okay, speaking of who, I want to see this man on Broadway. Pedro Pascal. He has a new commercial for AirPods, of all things. It's directed by Spike Jonze, who is like a great, cool visual. Sarah, thank God. We have a Broadway nerd. Thank you.
Yeah,
please let us know, guys.
Broadway nerds.
Yeah, I know it's embarrassing.
We're all insufferable as children, all of us.
Oh God.
Yeah, we all found each other.
Baby. I sang Seasons of Love for a talent show in junior high. Solo.
Oh, the whole thing. I've sung the soloist quite a few times. That's definitely the role I would have.
No, I've sang the song start to finish by myself. I wasn't a soloist in it. I sang, what? Okay. Pedro Pascal is in this commercial. The conceit is that he's in this boring world and whatever. And then when he has his AirPods in, he's in another place. Florida Stanley's
another
Broadway nerd, babe. Okay, so when you say Florida Stanley, thank you for putting a photo with your name, because I'm only just putting together that you're talking about literally Florida Stanley from The Office.
Florida Stanley is a girl from what I can tell, but I always read it as we do have another male in the chat.
Oh, I always think it's a girl.
But I do know it's a reference to The Office.
But I didn't realize it. I thought it was a sister wives thing. I just assume you guys, like, when you have the references, they're a sister. Anyway, there is a cute moment. He's doing all this dancing down the street. Like, he's like dancing, and like some of it is embarrassing.
Very Amelia Perez coded. Right.
Except that you don't pan over and someone's getting stabbed on the street.
Right.
He has this one moment in it when I think this is the most fappable moment in the
Okay.
They frame his face with their hands, and he's like, "You're worth it. Now work it. You're worth it. Now work it." And I'm like, okay. Anyway, then also, I don't know what he's doing or if he's in something, or, hey guys, subscribe and hit like if you're just joining.
Yeah. Hi.
He went on Jimmy Kimmel to promote something. Yeah. And oh boy, I got a thirst trap edit of him on TikTok, and that's where these are from. I watched this video, I don't know, 7 times, because goddamn.
You send it to me.
I thought about it, but it was late last night, and I was like, Amanda's asleep. I don't need her to get.
I haven't slept in like 2 days because my whole life has just been like Paedon Cameo.
She's sitting she's like, how many notifications? Who's watching?
No, I'm more scared. I'm like, please, just nobody say anything mean about us. That's all I'm bracing for.
Florida Stanley is a woman from Massachusetts.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Right. Is that it? You just wanted to say that?
I just wanted to say, Daddy, Pedro, I'm so on board with his recent face work. You know, he got a tightening. I believe he got a tightening. And whatever else is going on, I don't know if he's doing the Marvel workout, if he's taking Ozempic, something. But he is tight and right. And Pedro, baby, there was someone online being like, I can't believe that people would think he's gay.
Okay.
Honey, this man is so gay. Are we
He might as well be wearing a shirt where on the back of that shirt might as well have an arrow pointing down saying enter here.
Exactly. You might as well be wearing my prison bitch outfit from our gay party.
That's where I got that from. Yeah. I
People are like, huh? Okay. Survivor. I'm not a Survivor person, but this, of course, my thirst trapping across my TikTok, that there's some guy on it named David Kinney, I guess, or Kiney? I don't know. Now, I absolutely hate when people flex. Like, to me, that is one of the, like, most biggest turnoffs from, like, if I'm watching a thirst trap thing and the guy is, like, flexing his muscles, I'm like, ew, you think you're hot. Now, let's find out a little bit about David. He is 39. He is a stunt performer.
That's fun. That would be such a cool profession to have, and to date someone with that profession. That's cool.
Now, my question, now, not to be mean here, and I'm not judging, where are we doing stunt performing? Are you like an actor in Waterworld at Universal, the Waterworld show at Universal Studios? Like, that would be stunt performing. I'm just wondering, because here's a couple other photos from his intro. Just, guys, this man is fine. I gotta be real. Now, he does push-ups, and then they zoom in and he looks at the camera. Do we believe he's 39, first of all? Because he and I are the same age then. Second, his storyline is that he needs to win Survivor, guys, because he is, wait, I thought he said he was 42 on the show. No, Amanda said, Amanda's 40. Anyway,
I am 42.
Amanda's 42.
I am now 42.
Okay. His thing, he's like talking, he's like, yeah, you know, everyone looks at me and they just think I'm really hot and whatever, but I have a girlfriend, and right now I'm living in a trailer on my parents' property, which is like which has come to find out it's like it's an RV parked in front of his parents' house, which I'm not judging, perfectly fine. And he's like, I need to get my life together. I really need this $1 million or else she's gonna leave me. It's like, either I win this $1 million or like, I don't have a girlfriend at the end of this. So like, I need this. I need to win. And I'm like, what?
The stakes.
Sweetie, oopsie. Guys, foreshadowing.
Uh-oh. Can't wait to hear about this loony.
Sweetie, you're fine. I'm sure you could find a woman. No? But maybe not. Guys, let me know in the comments. Would you date a stunt performer who's 40, who lives in an RV in front of their parents' house?
Maybe
let me know.
He could be in the next community theater production of Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, which was a Broadway show from the 2010s that were like, it just famously, people were like getting hurt every 2 seconds on that show. Let's get into the movie corner.
Now, a tiny bit about Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. Has any community theater ever done that? I've never seen it done regionally.
Oh, I don't think it's probably so much money to license that.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Guys, I saw The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. Now, wait, Amanda, don't roll your eyes so hard. First of all, I like Looney Tunes. Growing up, I watched Tiny Toons Adventures, if anyone remembers that. And I watched the old Looney Tunes because they played on, Nickelodeon before school, the old Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, all that. Loved it.
Animaniacs.
Loved Animaniacs. Have you ever watched that recently? They do really deep jokes.
It always was, though.
I know, but when I was a kid, I never really realized it.
Yeah.
But, okay. So the reason I wanted to go see this was one, Looney Tunes, Warner Brothers has made multiple Looney Tunes movies. Okay. And just early as last year, they shelved one completely that was finished so that they could get a tax write-off. Okay. Now, this, first of all, it's 2D animation, which nowadays, I can't even think of the last 2D animated movie, but I will tell you, the second this movie started with the 2D animation, I was like, wow, I love this. I miss this. It's artistry way more than this, like all the CGI crap, which whatever. So I went to see this because I want there to be I want Looney Tunes to not go away. I want it to not fall away in the zeitgeist, just like the Muppets.
Muppets bother me except for Muppets.
I know Amanda hates the Muppets, but I think the Muppets. I want the Muppets at my funeral. I want Kermit the Frog to give my eulogy.
My Siri just went off when I said "scare me." You just said, "Did you watch the Tiny Toons movie?" I like specifically remember watching that at like a sleepover and like loving it.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I remember watching Tiny Toons on the WB after school. I think it was on the WB because didn't they have the dancing frog?
It's WB.
Anyway, I liked this movie a lot. It was actually quite entertaining. If you're down for old,
right?
It's what?
I would assume it's like short because it's a kids movie.
It's an hour and a half.
Love it.
What's interesting is like Bugs Bunny isn't in the movie. It also this movie was released by another company. Warner Brothers didn't release it. They weren't going to. So another company bought it and it has released it. So I think we should support this movie as much as possible. It has that old school like slapstick humor and old school comedy, which I appreciate. Many times in this, I was guffawing, laughing. I wanted to point out one line. So the point of this is that there is an alien. They believe an alien is trying to like blow up the earth, okay? And there is a part where Daffy Duck and Porky Pig get kidnapped by abducted by the alien. They're in the alien spaceship and they're like, "Oh my God, Mr. Alien, oh no." And Daffy Duck says, "Mr. Alien, it's okay. You can probe us. It's okay. You could probe us in blah, blah, blah. You can probe us in blah, blah, blah." And then they say, "You can even probe us in truck stop bathrooms."
Whoa. That's not even an entendre.
I whipped my phone out in 1 second and I was like, I got to write that down because what?
Hey, I'm all for it.
Guys, if you like getting probed in truck stop bathrooms, I mean, who hasn't? Check out The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie.
Great. All right. Well, I mean, I probably won't. I want to see the Woman in the Yard and The Last Unicorn, possibly. Those look fine.
Mandisha, okay, so that makes sense. I was wondering why they released this, but not the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme movie. Yeah, the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme movie, I think their people are trying to rally it up so that they could sell that one too, for people to see it. It ain't easy being green and dead. If Kermit was at my funeral singing the Rainbow Connection, can you even imagine the tears that would be flowing at that pitch?
There's a video on YouTube somewhere of me playing the ukulele and singing Rainbow Connection.
I have it saved on my phone. Just
no, I don't believe that in any way. But then let's get into my wormhole. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's probe into Amanda's wormhole.
Okay, and then after this, we will get right into Paedon. I promise. We're edging.
Oh yeah, that's what we've been doing. We put it later so that you guys would have. Well, it has been blowing up social medias, so we put it in TikTok.
Yeah, it's on TikTok now. First of all, I watched all of. I watched all of Adolescence, and it's honestly so good. Joan, if you're going to the fucking movie theater to watch,
what's it about?
It's 4 episodes. It's 1 hour long, and it's all done in one take. So it's very impressive. This kid is amazing, and it's just a kid that gets arrested for murdering a girl that is bullying him, and it's all about kind of incel culture. But the 3rd episode, it's just him talking to the counselor, and it's just them back and forth. It's 1 hour uncut footage, and it is so good because like halfway through it, he's being all nice and sweet, and then he flips the fuck out on her, and she like leaves, and she like cries because it's so like shocking. And it's kind of like, oh no, he's like this. I don't know. It says a lot about like, you know, how we're raising these boys these days. And then the last episode is kind of the fallout of like what the family has to go through afterward and how like they're treated in the town. So I love it. Also, I'm watching Vanderpump Rules. And again, I'm on season 4 now. And I just want to put this TikTok here that I sent to Jody. It says, the devil couldn't reach me. So they sent me a sister who refuses to watch Vanderpump Rules no matter how bad I fucking beg. She just
You don't have a sister though.
I know, but Jody's my sister.
Wait, Jody doesn't watch VPR?
No, she like won't, like out of spite. It's like why she says she doesn't like Doughboys, but I know she's like,
okay. Now I understand not wanting to listen to Doughboys, but VPR?
No, I'm like, I wish I could.
Vanderpump Rules is one of the best.
It's
but you have to watch the whole thing. It is one of the best reality shows of the modern, of the 20. What are we? 22nd century?
It is.
Is this the 22nd century?
Well, let's not get into all
I think it is. Guys, let me know in the comments. Someone smart. Is this the 22nd century? Because isn't that weird?
Yeah, we're old.
Like, I'm a product of the 22nd century.
On this watch, currently I wanted to discuss a different topic every week as I blast through this thing, but I wanted to discuss James Kennedy here, because James Kennedy he got very lucky because he really was such a huge piece of shit. Speaking of incels, but
scary, in fact,
really just abusive.
Honestly, he beyond everything else, he seems to me. I would rather date Tom Schwartz, Jax Taylor, and Tom Sandoval before I would date James Kennedy.
But I'm not physically afraid of any of the three of them.
My Siri just went off too.
Oh, it's so weird. He got very lucky because when Scandal happened, it got a whole bunch of new viewers like me. So we all went into this show just meeting James during Scandal, and he was very funny during that and likable. But man, he was awful. And Lisa really sucks at how much she stands up for all these boys.
She always does.
Boys,
Lisa, unfortunately, is what you would call a pick-me.
She 100%, the British accent helps her get away with so much bad behavior. Off as classy. But also I want to discuss how awful they all were to Lala, because she really didn't do anything wrong at the beginning here. She's single. Everyone's telling her that they are single. So she's like flirting with them and stuff. And then Jax and James are going to their girlfriends behind her back and going, Lala, she's just a fucking slut. She's a whore. I just want to fuck her and get her. But it's like Lala's like,
but then Jax has a full-on episode where he's out with Lala and he's like, I'm gonna fuck you tonight. I'm gonna fuck you. And it's like, okay, girl.
It's really
See, the boys never take the heat in that show. And that's why Scandival like changed everything, because that was like the first time that the men were held accountable.
And another thing I want to discuss though, Ariana, I know she's a queen. Obviously, I think she also has one of the best.
Oh, she was horrible in her first season.
And especially we're in the part now where like everyone's trying to be friends with Kristen Doty, and Ariana's doing what she did with Tom Sandoval, even though it's more justified with Sandoval, where she's like, I'm putting up the boundary and I don't want it. Kristen's not allowed to come and you all don't like her either. And it's like, you're doing the same thing. And I'm in the part where Scheana had texted her mom saying, I think Tom's actually very manipulative. And so they're attacking Scheana. And I'm like, Scheana was completely being a good friend there.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the boys should have taken a little more heat. I also, though, think Lala didn't help herself. I also don't think. Lala. I think I don't. Ariana.
I think you would be friends with her in real life, honestly. I think I'm very much like Lala.
My feeling about Lala is I have my friends, my good friends. My number one thing about you is I don't want you to judge me, because I don't judge my friends. Trust me.
She does judge people.
I do. I definitely do. I think when she became sober and when she did all this, it became a holier than thou thing, as opposed to it was like a way of looking down on others. I really feel like she used it as a chip of like, well, I'm sober and you're not. And it's like, okay, you are a gold digger. So what's
Hey, I also dated a married man.
Well, I have a past with gold digging bitches.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that is true. Okay. So yeah, you're a little more triggered.
Jen, it is the 21st. Thank God. I guess it's still the 21st century.
Oh, yeah,
Makes sense.
Last century was the 20th century. Fuck.
Oh, you're right. One thing I did want to say about VPR before we move on is that I saw a video where they're talking, because there's a photo of the new cast of VPR, and it's a person, and then there's a person going through each of the people that is on the new cast. Most of the comments are like, yeah, I'm not watching this. Yeah, it'll get canceled after one season. No one cares.
I hate when people comment stuff like that, because it's like, all right, then see yourself out. You don't need to announce your fucking departure.
Also, the reason that we liked the original Vanderpump was because they were messy. If these people are on here and they're messy, come on, how are you not? I mean, it won't be the same, but
fucking chance. Everyone said that about the Valley, and I'm ready to watch the Valley. Just give them a chance to be messy.
Totally agreed. Totally.
And no, I can't get back on the Grey's Anatomy train. Sorry, Sarah.
I will say, Sarah, that Amanda falling off the Grey's Anatomy train, I might put that in my favorite thing to happen in 2025 so far.
I'm still on the Doughboys train though. Munch.
That is fun.
The live finale is tonight. I have tickets to it. I'm going to watch it. I bought tickets.
Tickets?
Yeah. Are you fucking deaf?
Yes. Florida Stanley, Southern Hospitality. I do want to get into that because it does seem really messy. Good.
And I also want to get into Below Deck, but it seems like there's as many episodes as Grey's Anatomy.
Below Deck, though.
Below Deck.
You know what you could do with Below Deck? You could jump in. You could skip around seasons easily with that.
Not like
in fact, I'd go online and say, just type in best season of Below Deck and then watch that one first. I think it's like original Below Deck season 3 or 4. They say is like amazing. I've watched all of them and they're all pretty good. Sarah's sorry you're stuck on the Grey's Anatomy island, darling.
Tick tock, you don't stop.
Come away with me to another place. I was just singing Islands in the Stream. Guys, Monday. Okay, this on our Patreon too. So check out our Patreon, our Pillow Talk.
We recorded our Patreon like an hour after that happened.
We did. Amanda was like, we were supposed to record it sometime and Amanda kept messaging being like, I need more time because this is really blowing up. And then she's like, hey, can you make a watermark on our thing like quickly? And I'm like, sure.
How to do a watermark? And Joan was like, just send me your thing. And I was like,
yeah.
Oh my God, he's going to do it. And Jody was like, thank God.
I hate to be the one, but the reason this is in the middle, I'm gonna take minor credit. I put it there.
Because people, this is the thing, is that like some of I stopped reading comments after a couple hours because it was getting too much on Reddit. But people, like some of the negative comments was like, these girls are baited him for one, and that they're trying to monetize this. First of all, we would never normally want to do that, but we know that people were going to steal it. So we're like, well, we better jump on this. So we did. Also, it's not baiting someone to be like, it's my best friend's birthday. Can you tell a joke and wish her happy birthday?
Maybe if you were like, hey, can you tell us a racist joke? Then yeah, but they literally said, you can tell an adult joke. It's okay. We're all adults here. Anyway, so what happened was Amanda texts me. I tune into the live for like a couple seconds and I say hi to guys. This week I was talking about Lachlan and sex.
Cameo. He does his own cameo appearance at the top there.
And I do it for free. I don't charge you guys $10.
Hijacks the chat for a couple of minutes and then leave, and then does an Irish exit.
Well, Amanda texts me and she's like, you have to watch the last 10 minutes of the live. It's fucking wild. And I was like, okay. I'm like, sure. I'm like, what is this? And then I open it. I'm scanning through and then I see the cameo like showing and I'm like, I didn't know who that was. Sorry, guys. So I was like, oh, it must be this. So I go to the beginning of it. They start playing it. We don't want to play it here. What I'd say is go to their page and watch it on Amanda's page. We love to hate. Because they're like, here's a recap. The guy.
Wait, before you do it, but the background here also is that Jody asked for, it's my best friend's birthday. She's very funny. Could you tell a joke? And it could be dirty or not dirty. We're all adults here. That's all it was. But exactly. Then she said at the top of the episode, oh, your birthday present hasn't come in yet. So it came in during the live. So Jody was not able to watch this. She's like, oh my God, it came in. So she had to, while I was kind of handling something, she was converting the file.
I see,
all that. So then she's like, I have a cameo for you. And then she accidentally played a video of Paedon that I had pulled that he had posted this week where he's like, I'm 6'6" and I can palm a basketball.
Yeah.
Me ladies. Basically that. So she accidentally plays that. And I was like, oh, ha, funny.
First like, no, she was like, oh, the cameo's only 20 seconds. And then she played it and then it doesn't play. And then this shit plays. Here's the... it starts out perfect. By the way, the funny thing is, both of you were like smiling at the beginning. You're like, you were like, oh God, what? Yeah. Then within the first 5 seconds, it's like, Hey, Jody and Amanda. Hey, Amanda, I heard you guys were really funny. And your friend Jody, she wanted me to tell you a joke for your birthday. Now, she said I could tell you an adult joke, but Jody, you know, Jody, Amanda, he literally said their name 50 times. Which
came across as very condescending.
The whole thing came across as condescending because, again, how do you tell two women that you can't tell a joke unless it's sexist or racist? So then, literally, his words are, I can't tell the kind of jokes I'd want to tell because they're sexist and racist. And now I want to be a person, I want to be like, I'm not sexist and I'm not racist, but it's not true. I am. So that to me is the most incriminating piece of this entire video, because you didn't just Now, I still think it's incredibly dumb that if someone tells you to tell an adult joke, your first thing is, well, I can't tell it because I want to be racist. But then to say you are
$10 is what
it only costs $10 too. Oh, I can't get over it.
Oh man.
And now a lot doesn't shock me. I'll be honest. Like, I'm somewhat unshockable. But my reaction while watching
I genuinely was, my jaw was on the floor.
I was typing, as I was watching it, I'm writing comments to Amanda in full caps being like, wait, he did not just fucking say that. This is insane. This is fucking insane.
Shannon says, I'm guessing I wonder, because John, that's a major storyline. Is that like from that Paedon revealed on the show? He's like, there's this group chat, and this is when the whole family imploded, that there was supposed to be a Christmas gift exchange between all the kids, and then Robin came into the chat and was like, we should do a Zoom, and Ariel is forgetting what her brothers and sisters look like, and then Hunter was like, one Zoom call's not going to help that, sweetheart. And then everything, and then Christine's like, Janelle I think said, I don't think we'll ever come back from that group chat. So like, that's what we're referencing. And so everyone's been like, we need our family group chat, we need to know what it says.
It's popped off on Reddit, it's popped off on every social media, so there's no way that they didn't see it. And maybe who's the one that doesn't like him? Gwendolyn? He had a little spat with Leon, who is non-binary, and I think they may have resolved it. I assume maybe now not as much, but Gwen has come out and been like, he is the worst, most racist, misogynistic person I've ever had the displeasure of knowing, and if you encounter him, you should run. And she took a lot. That's her own brother. Yeah, because she's like, well, he slapped me. There's parts in the shows where Christine's like, well, Gwen, I can't leave you with Paedon alone. So what are you going to do? Like, it's reference that they have an issue. And another thing is people are like, Gwen's being dumb. Gwen's being too much, because Gwen is a lesbian. So Gwen's being too much, and everyone fights with their brothers and sisters. But then I just found out that he was like 16 and like slapping a 12-year-old Gwen. That's like too old to be like getting away with it. Personally, I don't think that from my past with working with children, I don't think you should let your kids get away with slapping their siblings ever. Are you kidding? So that's kind of that. But now the thing with Paedon is that there is this famous episode in season 1 where Cody sits everyone down and he goes, hey guys, guess what? Who likes to be a family? And everyone's like, me. And he's like, well, I remember that. We have to move to Los. Oh yeah, because you were watching the show at the beginning. Well, anyway, while Cody's telling that, Paedon has unfortunately chosen this like janky broken chair right next to Cody. So while Cody's talking, Paedon's just next to him facing the whole family. And he's sitting there with his arms crossed. And like, while Cody says, we're moving. And guess what? Can't tell anyone. By the way, 3 days from now. And you can just see Paedon's soul. It's truly a heartbreaking moment. So I feel like everyone has kind of given him a lot of grace throughout the years. Like, he's gone through, he's talked about like how he doesn't like watching the shows because he hates his body. He's so big and he feels uncomfortable in his own skin. So like, people have given him a lot of credence. But when he started going off about how like, I wish I could say that I'm not racist or sexist, but that's not true. Like, I think that's when me and Jody's faces both like went from like smiling to like, he also does a white power sign. He does. I missed that the first few times until I processed everything and then got a chance to really rewatch it and watch Jody's face, which is also very worth watching. Because he says something like, I can't say anything like that because I'm white. I'm a white man. I'm almost as white as a pink. I'm almost so white I'm pink. When he says I'm white, I'm not even going to do it. He does. Like horrible. He holds up a foot.
But he does that. But
I guess, but I don't want anyone to clip this out and be like.
But he catches it. But it's like, but if you,
I don't think he catches it. I think he does it.
Retake
That's
the
called
video.
a dog whistle.
Like, I just can't imagine.
I don't think this man has the anything to retake the video.
It was the mansplaining and just the fact that you're not funny. And then that's the thing is we've gotten Jean in the chat here has given us a couple cameos from Christine, Janelle. Like, we've gotten 2 from each of them.
Jody gave me a Christine cameo, remember?
See? So like, and when those happen, like, we love them. They're like inside jokes now. So like, he could have spun this in a way where we were like, this could have gone very well for Paedon. Honestly, if he'd given a really sweet one, that could have actually gotten him a few more fans, if we'd been like, that's so nice, Paedon, that was a funny joke.
Well, why not just stick to he told a joke in it. Why not just tell that dumb, terrible joke and then move on? Like, you are dumb. This man is stupid.
Or even like just like an adult joke, like a Helen Keller joke or something. Like a joke like that where they're. I wouldn't
even do that on a cameo to strangers. Now, my favorite comment online is people being like, "This was a birthday gift."
Yeah, I know. You kind of got away from the birthday part of it.
And I'm like,
immediately missed the point of the whole thing. Birthday.
Did he even say happy birthday?
At the end, he goes, "Oh, and happy birthday. God bless. Oh, don't worry about my mirror. The whole world is dirty." Okay. Yikes.
Oh, and Paedon, tell us, who do you think is making the whole world dirty? I'm sure you have some really insightful opinions on that.
He works at a strip club, and he did this.
I'm not judging, but
he did this unhinged video or interview with John Yates like 2 or 3 years ago, and that went pretty viral because he was messy as fuck. He was eating cereal the whole time. He's like in a bathroom. It was really weird. And then he said a lot of weird stuff in that, but like where he was hinting to kind of where he stood on, race and women, but he never really came right out and said it. But no, it takes a $10, "Can you wish my best friend a happy birthday?" request. And he's just going to come right out and be like, "I'm racist. I hate women."
Jen brings up a good point where I do keep seeing people on. Weirdly, there is a video where it's clipped in. I can't remember where I saw this. Somehow, I think it popped on my TikTok. And most of the comments, whoever posted this, they must have a very different group of people following them than us, because the comments
today, it was not passing the vibe check on there. I was
shocked. 90% of the comments were like, "Oh, who cares? This doesn't matter." And
it was a Black creator. That was like the word. I was like, I feel so bad for you that these are your listener bases. You should come over to us.
Yeah, I was like, you're on the wrong side of whatever. Jen brings up a point that a lot of people have been saying is like, well, it was his upbringing. She says, your upbringing is your starting point, but he is an adult and responsible for the rest of his life. Thank you. And you know what?
And it is Christine too. I will say that too. It was not just Cody. He is a product of Christine as well.
Sure. In fact,
he's all over that video.
I'd almost guess it's probably more a product of Christine.
Cody didn't raise him. He didn't raise.
That's what I was gonna say. He didn't really spend a lot of time around his kids. So whatever. With that, clearly Cody's kid. Agreed.
It's
Ashley.
Hey Ashley, it's very like I want to like. There's almost like an air about that. Sorry, that he's almost like, I'm trying to impress my dad with this. Like if my dad sees this, he's going to be proud of me, which is true. I'm sure Cody watched that and was like, "Good job, son. Tell him."
Really?
Yeah, and then some girl tagged him in it. I immediately erased it on Instagram. It was like 6:30 in the morning, and I sent it to Jody. She's like, delete it. Some girl tagged Paedon on Instagram on ours, and she's like, "Way to go, Paedon. Make those girls clutch their pearls." And I'm like, first of all, we aren't clutching our pearls. Like, it's gonna take a lot for us to actually clutch our pearls. But it's like, don't tag him in it. And also, it's like, aren't you another woman?
Yeah.
So it's pretty gross.
Girl, if the American election taught us anything about women supporting women, it doesn't happen.
Clearly.
The world is full of pick-me's. Oh my God, as my screen like blows up to 50
Danielle says we aren't clutching our pearls, we're guarding our vaginas. Oh, I'm
serious.
That's horny in my life. Never.
Boot said that after the cameo, she needed a shower. And I genuinely, I don't know if I've been that shocked in a long time. My heart was in my stomach watching this shit. I felt the same way.
Saying your name over and over, and not just your name. He's talking to you.
And who said that up here? Rebecca, I think, was like, it's alarming the way he's kept saying your names, which it was. It sounded so pointed. Now, I may be like reading into it, but guys,
manosphere.
That shit was viral, Henny. And it's still popping.
They're trauma bonded. Yeah, I mean, some of all the comments, especially on Reddit. Reddit is my most scary place to venture, but I did read a bunch, and they were like 100% of the comments were like, at least more focused on Paedon, at least, than us. And people are jumping in there and saying, "Oh, it's Amanda and Jody. Go listen to them." So thank all of you guys for being so supportive and stuff. Anything else to say about that? I mean, it was just a wild couple days, and it really blew up yesterday. So
it was wild, and I'm glad that people can
go share it, like it, tell more people about how funny we are, and I can't wait to get a cease and desist or something. But anyway, that's it.
Okay, so tiny thing happened in this week that was like kind of nice. Protesters gather in Detroit in Canada in a rally against Trump. And Amanda put this in, guys. Amanda put this in, not me. I know that I'm usually the one getting roasted for putting in politics, but Amanda did it.
Brianna, me and Jojo.
Brianna.
We're waiting for you to make a TikTok addressing the Paedon video that we just we're just waiting for it, girl. There was a little rally like between the Detroit and Mississauga border. That might be wrong, but
honey, I don't know what Mississauga. I've never heard of
you can wave at each other across the thing. So they did a little anti-Trump rally where they're just saying like, "Come over to us," or like make us the 11th province. And I like to put out nice things when we're seeing.
Well, I think the whole thing is, the view of an outsider might be that America hates Canadians and that now the Canadians hate the United States. I think it's that they just kind of hate one person and one group of people. And so unfortunately, that person's our leader right now, and we deserve better. We deserve better.
I will say on all of the stuff about like Canada's protesting or we're taking our liquor away and stuff like that, all of the comments on TikToks are like, "I'm from America and we're all happy you're doing this. You guys should stand your ground." So it's very.
And I agree. I think that's the only way. You have to fight fucking fascism, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
You got some thirst traps for us?
I have a couple things here on TikTok. First of all, guys, do you know about the Welsh Five? The Welsh Five were like Charlie. Here's the ones I know. Charlie, Kane, his name's, I don't know how to say it. It's Leunan. It's like Leanne or something like that. And then there's like the straight couple.
I don't know the straight couple.
Corey and Leah.
They went to Raising Cane's recently, and it really blew up.
Their first thing was that they went to New York, and they did a bunch of stuff in New York. Then they went to Florida and did a bunch of stuff in Orlando. Well, they decided that they were going to go to Las Vegas, which I'm kind of excited because I'm going to Vegas in 5 days. Woo! And they're supposed to still be there.
Would you approach them? I think you.
Oh my god, I so would.
With them, you would fit in very well.
Because there's Kane and Luan. They're like the two guys there in the middle. They're both gay, and so yeah, I'm sure I'd be like, "Hey, babe."
Rebecca here, who lives in Germany, says, "I won't be traveling back to visit my family from Berlin." Germany is over here wondering what the fuck. Yeah, when the Germans were saying, "Guys,"
the difference though is that when Germany had their shit, they got it unlocked afterwards. It is outright illegal to be showing the things that people like Elon Musk show day after day. You know what I mean? Like if he did that in Canada, they'd lock him up in a fucking prison, as they should. In fact, we all should.
So about this story, this kind of has to do with.
Oh, kind of. Yeah. Okay. So the Welsh Five, they went to Vegas because they're going to make a bunch of videos. Now, the other times they've gone, they've posted. I don't know. I follow all 5 of them. So I'm like, yeah, let me see the daily recap. There's 5 different points of view of them going to Raising Cane's, 5 points of views of them going
They're all great.
To Universal Studios and stuff. They're all charismatic. I especially like the guys and Charlie, the 3 on the 2 straight ones, they're fine. The other ones, they're great. Charlie's a lesbian too, so love her. And they're always like the ones who are like, oh, that's lush. Oh my God, the mac and cheese is just lush. And it's like they're eating mac and cheese at KFC and they're talking about how great it is.
I love it.
So they went to Vegas and it like people were like, oh my God, can't wait. Oh my, because the last videos that they had posted were like, headed to Vegas. What I packed to go to Vegas or whatever. Then the next day, people are like, wait, what the fuck? There's no videos. They're not posting anything. Well, I guess I didn't really think about this. To come to the United States, film a bunch of shit, and then post it, they needed work visas, and they didn't get them. So basically,
think that though, like I wouldn't even think.
I wouldn't think of that either. But it makes sense because you're working, and they came to the United States to work. They didn't just come here for vacation, so they're working. I get it. I wouldn't have thought about it. And obviously their management team didn't think about it either.
Not making American money.
I think that if they were here, they consider it making money. I think that it's using American, I don't know. It's some kind of thing where
I have to deal with this with the Patreon, and you're paying taxes only in the country you live. Anyway, none of that matters. They're not allowed to monetize, right?
They can't write. I guess they're allowed to I don't know. It's back and forth. People aren't totally sure. People are saying some that they are going to be able to post all this shit when they get back.
Good. Yeah.
But then other people are saying they aren't. So we'll see. Okay. Wait, Rebecca, you're a scientist? What? Smart people are listening
here. Why are you watching us?
This is how they get away. This is how they turn their brain off for the day. Is probably
exactly. It's like why we watch VPR.
Tiny little thing is this. They go live every day. This is my little like cute moment before I get into skanky, sexy man. Yeah. Chewy and the chicken. I think it's Chewy the chicken dog is what it's called.
Okay, yeah.
This dog is it's like a pit bull.
Yeah.
It is like the carer and nurturer, basically like the guard dog of these people's chickens, and they constantly have new flocks and they're having new babies and blah blah blah. The video, watching just the live, the dog's standing there, it's like sniffing around, and then this part is like after it like moves around and it gently like lays itself down into this perfect spot. It doesn't hurt a single one of these little tiny chickens. I just love seeing this stuff. It makes me cry. I'm watching this crying my eyes out.
Animals are better than all of us. Jean says this is how I feel less lonely during the day. Like I have friends to spend time with. I feel about doughboys. Joan.
Why don't you say that's how I feel about my podcast with John?
Those are my two best friends.
Okay, let's get into it. Guys, get out your lotion. Get those rabbits ready. Do what you need to do. First, I saw this guy. His name is Bro Taro. I guess I liked it. Oops. He went out into the rain. Okay. I'm worried I may have shown this last week, but
no, I don't think so.
He decided he's gonna film a video just like, out in the rain, post gym or something. He comes a little closer to the camera. This body type.
Yeah.
Oof. And then he turns to the side, and I have this like strange, fascinating. It's not strange, probably, is men's like pecs from a side view.
Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah.
Because it gives you, it's really like, it shows you really shows you what you're working with there. Like how much is going.
Okay.
God.
What's this? This
is an hour and a half
coming up next year.
This guy was doing some work, I guess, in a pond.
Yeah.
Leslie Zion.
Okay.
He did see. I thought this was even better. He decided his shorts were a little too tight around the waist as he was bending into this pond to do some work of some sort.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, he did get a slight plumber's crack. But could you imagine
what a predicament this poor guy got in?
I mean, it's too bad I wasn't there to assist him.
Yeah.
This guy. All I know is like. I'm proud. I'm happy with who I am. But if I could look like this for 5 minutes,
your life would look a lot different. Your day.
I wouldn't be doing this. That's for fucking sure. Because though some people nicely have boosted my ego the last couple of weeks, saying that we are attractive people. Definitely not this. And I would not be like, yeah, guys, listen to my podcast. I would be a porn act. I would have an OnlyFans. I'd be the biggest whore in the world. End of story. Also, I did want to do a tiny check-in. 2 last little things. A little check-in on our friend Dalton. Dalton After Dark. He goes live every day. I have shown him before. And he does these posings. This was him this morning.
Oh, goodness.
This morning. Okay. And he gets in this room. It must be at his gym or something.
Fight his booty.
I want to do many things here. This man seems like he could pile drive you into next week.
Ooh, here's a good question from Ashley Merrick that we will only address on Friday, so you'll have to join our Patreon and listen. Question for Joan: have you been in any serious relationships? I know Amanda's been married, etc. Yes, etc. Just curious. I'm getting question to this too, because I honestly, genuinely don't know anything about Joan's dating history. He keeps it locked up like a fucking safe. Meanwhile, I'm
already over here bright red because Brianna asked us a question that is focused on asking if I have so basically our mailbox is going to be me bright red and
talking about my shit. I'm just going to be like smoking a blunt while you talk about all your salacious stories. I can't wait.
Great. Hopefully you guys aren't let down. Then, just in case you're wondering, this is a rugby team and how rugby players use resistance bands. If you guys want a little exercising motivation, just a little tip on how you use a resistance band. This is how.
That's what you look like when
you hold it in your arms, and then you make sure that your shorts are really tight and your ass is like popping. So anyway. Baby.
Okay, great. Well, I think that's everything. Like Rebecca said up here, shut up, you guys are the best. Smash that like, comment, share. That's something I just learned on Reality Cringe. You don't even need to share it as long as you copy. So everyone just presses copy and then fucks off.
Exactly. Like I think the button that you push is share, and then there's a button that says copy link. If you just push share and then copy link, baby. Also, write those questions in our comments after the thing so that we can record our mailbox.
Or you can leave us a mail. I wrote sex stories, but any questions, email us at patcpod@gmail.com. Also, our voicemail, if you're brave enough to have your voice heard. If you want to read any reviews from the past 10 years of my life, I have the most annoying voice in the world, and John has the second most annoying voice in the world, so you will sound fine.
I actually think I have the number one most annoying voice, then you number 2.
Yes. So leave voicemail. It's down in the show notes already.
AP, baby, you got here just in time for the end.
Quite a show to
We love you.
We love you guys all so much. You all know what to do. Walter's here. Walter's ready to go. I have another dog down here. It's a dog weekend. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. And thank you again to Paedon for my wonderful cameo. I think that's it. We love you all.
We love you guys so much. Make sure that you check out our stuff, and bye-bye.